Hi Gemini, welcome to your timeless general reading. If you hear any weird noise in the background, I just figure out that's my washer. It's making a funky noise. I'm washing a big comforter, so it's like, woo, woo, and it took me like 20 minutes to figure out what that was. Oh, by the way, today is the Modern Witch Tarot for you. Let's see what messages for Gemini today. Well, this seems like a fairly simple message so far. Okay, maybe not. Oh gosh. Well, initially it was. Alright, is that all the cards? Anything else? No. Not all that. Alright, let me start with what I have. Well, the first card that flew out, I feel like there should be an order to this. First card that flew out was Knight of Wands. Then it was Two of Pentacles. And then Four of Swords. So initially, I got the message of being unable to decide whether you should move forward or just sit back. Should you rest or should you go full speed ahead? And then after that was Temperance. So that tells me the answer is somewhere in the middle. It's not either full speed ahead or not doing anything at all. But there must be a reason why you only think there's two extremes. There's like a lack of consistent motivation or consistent drive to go after whatever this thing is. And I can't really tell right now after that. So I thought that was pretty simple, but then Eight of Wands came out. And Eight of Wands, and then Ace of Cups. And then the Star. And then the Fool. The Chariot. And then these seem kind of like afterthoughts. Knight of Swords and Seven of Wands. So it's kind of like what you're thinking of doing and what you'll end up doing. And then there's all the stuff in between. Seems like what you're going to end up doing. And it's no more efficient than this. But it's just going to be a shift of the energies. Like, whereas this seems like more passive, not going for something, this seems like blocking out the things you don't want. So it's like, if I don't know what I want to go for, then I'm just going to make sure I don't accept anything I don't want. And then this is like going from being very passionate to maybe being too logical. So what's all this stuff in between? In the middle, right? So this Eight of Wands is reminding me of the Chariot. They both have motorcycles here. So movement is needed, but there's a big thing about planning planning, communication, and in general, just actually knowing what you're going for. I never noticed she has like a wand here. So it's kind of like knowing your passion, but not being hasty about it, planning it. But there's this energy here, this Fool, this star and the Fool. It's like you really, the Ace of Cups, you're really wanting something to speak to you. You're really wanting something to feel right before going for it. And I think that's what this is going to end up being. Like, if you absolutely don't get the feeling that you think you want from something, you're going to like completely block it out. But if you're in this energy too, you might not be in touch with your feelings though, which is interesting. Well, the bottom of the deck, when all these cards flew out, this one's a bit hard because it's like these were the cards. There's Page of Cups, the Sun, Three of Cups, Two of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. So if this, I was interpreting this as like, you want something that speaks to what you wanted as a child, something that makes your heart flutter, something that really holds a lot of promise, something that seems very promising. It's like if you were going after a job, you'd want the job, like the perfect job. You're looking for something very perfect, and it's like something that you thought was unrealistic. You always thought was unrealistic. Maybe something you wanted as a child, like if you wanted to be like a famous actress when you were a child, and then it's like now for some reason you're wanting, maybe you don't want the exact thing, but you want that feeling of something just as fantastical. That's the word. Just as fantastical. Something that would really make your inner child happy. But maybe on this side of things, I think this might be placing too much expectation on this thing and what it's going to do for you. This might be a bit too much, hoping that a change of circumstance is going to completely renew you and turn your life around. So you might be setting your expectations too high and setting yourself up for disappointment a bit. And that's how you're going to shift from like this energy to this energy here. I feel like this is going to be more cynicism, defensiveness, disappointment. And this is kind of like, the dreamy impulse. Yeah, and actually this is kind of like being passive, thinking, oh, this is a complete fantasy. There's no way I should be thinking about going for this. But I'm feeling like this is your advice here. This is your advice. First of all, find some balance and the whole really wanting something to speak to your inner child. Like, balance the fantastical side and the practical side. Don't like already be prepared to become a cynic over just believing these things can't happen. And you actually have to do something. You actually have to go ahead with your conviction, plan, take the necessary actions, and don't just like wallow in disappointment. Because I think that's what this is also giving me the indication, this being the 7 before the 8. This is like holding back on the action, like waiting too long to go in because you're like, no, not yet, not this, not yet, no, now is not the time. But I think this is also saying like consistent movement, consistent communication for whatever this thing is you're doing. is going to be the key to getting it done. Yeah. I'm gonna get the oracle cards now. These are the crystal cards. Let's see what it says. Well, only one came out so far. How do you say this? Diopside, Mother Earth. So grounding. Yes, look at the screen. I've never seen that stone before. So being grounded, spending some time outside for sure. I just did that. I just did forced bathing this morning. And actually I'm kind of tired. I had to I was ready to do this reading and then suddenly I got tired and I got some coffee and now I'm here doing the reading. So grounding yourself will probably help with this temperance energy. Is there anything else from this deck? I don't have that book handy, so if there was something... Oh, I didn't know that's what the Labradorite take action. So yeah, that Chariot and the Eight of Wands energy, not Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is not doing anything. And then Herkimer Diamond, dreams. So yeah, there is something in here. Maybe whatever thing that you're really thinking about is something that keeps coming up in your dreams a lot. So it's probably coming from deep in your subconscious, this urge to, this sudden desire or this growing desire to do something. But manage your expectations. Don't think you either have to be going full speed ahead with no plan or just not do anything and let it be just a dream. There has to be planning and action. Planning and action. So hopefully that helps you, Gemini. Thank you.